Hey guys, so today we're going to go through a recap of Hyrox Manchester. Right now, in the warm-up area. But first of all, let's go through what is Hyrox. It's probably my favourite fitness competition I've ever done. It's so well-rounded and so simplistic in its approach. The functional movements are something that anyone can do. It doesn't need to be overly complicated. Like, you could pluck anyone off the street and say, no, do this. I mean, they might struggle, it might take them a long time, but the movements aren't complicated. Like, it's simple to work out. So I love that. I love that element to it. So the movements are, it's 8 kilometers worth of running, and after each kilometer, it's followed by a functional movement, and they are 1,000 meter ski erg, sled push 50 meters, sled pull 50 meters, 80 meters burpee broad jumps, 1,000 meters rowing, 200 meters farmer's carry, 100 meters sandbag lunge, and 100 wall balls. Now they all do change slightly depending on your category, and the weights change slightly depending on your category. They do singles, doubles, mixed relays. There's all kinds going on. It's like a festival at the event. It's all indoors, so it's like, for me, it's that part of like being a fair weather athlete. I don't want to play outside. I've done enough of that with triathlon where I've been cycling for like 5 hours in the rain and the wind. Do you know what? I've done my time on that. I've done ultra marathons where I've been out there in scorching heat, or like just cross countries in like hailstone. Like, this for me is like, this is nice. This is just a pure test of fitness, endurance, stamina, all that kind of like power on those sleds. It's zapping. So I'm going to give you a quick run through of this day. But really, guys, check it out. If you're whatever, like, we've got London coming up, and the 30th of April, come down and give it a go. Manchester, Birmingham in the UK, and or check out the abroad ones. There's ones where you can get in, go and have a little look, make a little trip of it. So, this was a great race. This was a lot of fun, where I had one of the guys from London right behind me the whole way, and it was like, I wish it would have been televised, because it would have been one of those epic battles that was like neck and neck the whole way. So we kept swapping positions, but on the ski, we came into the ski. Literally, he came in like a second behind me. I came out a second in front of him. It was tight. I was kept glancing over at his monitor. I think I was pulling roughly 145s. He was pulling 148s, 150s kind of thing, and there was nothing in it. So I managed to pull out another second on him there, but he brought that right back on the run. So we came into the sled push, and I struggled here. Like, this was where I didn't think I would. This zapped me, and he went past me, and I just had to remember and tell myself, this is a long race. I am an endurance-based athlete. My history has been an endurance-based athlete. I thought, I can pull this back. So it was a mental game. It came down to, okay, he's gone, but he might have worked far too hard for like the remainder of this race to still have it in the legs. So I had to keep telling myself that, and he went, and I couldn't go any quicker on the sled push. It was just absolutely zapping the legs. They just hit differently. And then I came out right out of the transition and just carried on, got going on the run again. Came on the sled pull. I knew I'd been working on this, and I just went hand over fist and just dragged that sled. Absolutely ragged it everywhere and got it in. I didn't walk backwards very much. It was very much just pure power on this element of it. Head down, go, run to the other end. No walking in between. It was get it over the line. I pulled the competition back here and got back out in the front. But I was concerned going into burpee broad jumps. I know this is not an area where I particularly shine, but I've done so much work on it. It's an area where I've been practicing and thinking, okay, I need to up this. The couple of guys who were with me at the time had actually gone past me on the run, even though I pulled them back on the sled pull, and they went only by a second. They just took the lead ahead on the run, and I was like, okay, but I was concerned because of the burpees. Surprisingly for me, the work, as it says, hard work pays off. It had paid off. I managed to get round them on the burpee broad jumps, and knew I had more in the tank, so I knew I could, this is where it really kicks in now. We're halfway through, and I thought, okay, you get like a bit of a rest on the row. Like, I'm not a bad rower, and I know I can pull like the 145s, 150 area without killing myself. It's strange because anything quicker than that like really kicks into that lactic acid, that threshold kind of element. But I can hold the 145s, 150s without it being too much, in the red. If you work off like a my zone or just that kind of general term of in the red zone. So I managed to get in there and stay comfortable. And once again, I'm glancing at the monitors, both or all monitors I can see, like trying to make sure that I'm just slightly ahead. What's the distance? What have I got? What's the gap? Because this guy's a good runner. You see him on the videos, like he's right there all the way. Farmer's carry. I didn't know how this was gonna go, but I was determined not to drop it, and I ran with these kettlebells, 24 kilograms in each hand. I ran with them. I was determined not to put them down, and I seen him drop the kettlebells at one point. It might have only been for a second, but I was like, okay, this is your move. You gotta go. That mentality, that like in a talk, I think that's massive in these races. Like they're not long. Like don't worry about all these like over elements, especially if you're just going to finish. Like it's a great thing to achieve, but like that inner talk, self talk, that's big. Like because it gets hard. And it's that moment of like, okay, keep going. Like, just even if you do have to rest for a second, like you haven't quit. So, back out on the run and then into the sandbag lunges. These are brutal. These are just so tough, draining, and you're not allowed to put the sandbag down. The rules are once it's up, it's got to stay up until like you're at the other end. So. This was tough, and I knew people were closing me here, but I thought if I came out ahead, they're gonna have to like I will bury myself on the wall balls like to make sure I clinch this at least in this wave. I didn't know where anyone else was up to, but I thought this wave I can win this wave. I mean this Hyrox is fantastic because you can I can go and actually check how I got up the skier compared to everyone else in my age compared to everyone like. You can have like competitions within competitions, that's like a nice thing. If you've been practicing that ski and you want to check, like you can go and see like how did I improve, like set a benchmark for yourself. And I knew that like if I got to the wall balls ahead of them, like I was gonna take it because I would just prepared mentally, and I think at least that's mentally what I was telling myself. So the confidence was there. I came in ahead, and I managed to get all those wall balls done. It was brutal, and obviously I broke them. No one's doing well. Someone has done 100 consecutive, but they must just be more machine than man. So 100 wall balls complete over the finish line, and was thrilled for it to be over. It took me 64 minutes. I was a little bit disappointed with the sled push, but overall it was a great day. What an awesome experience. I highly recommend checking it out. Drop me a message. Any questions you want to know about this or how to get involved or where to start, let me know. But it's a lot of fun. It's a real great atmosphere, great vibe. Check out London and give me a shout.